Good morning, FabCity. What's up, FabCity? And welcome to It's Tea Time. Who is with me this morning, this Monday morning? What's up, guys? What's up? How are you? How was your weekend? So, this morning, let me read you what Yogi says. People who love are giving. People who love are giving. But let me tell you what I'm thankful for right now. I'm thankful for the downtime and the stillness that we're all experiencing. This may be something that others are not enjoying right now, but I just want to say that I'm thankful for it because I am enjoying it right now. It's allowing me to grow in a lot of different areas, but I want to say more spiritually than anything because it's giving me a lot of time to just focus and regroup. So I want to talk about the 3 F's that you need right now in business and life. And right now I see so many people stepping up, but I also see so many people hiding right now, as if what they have to say is not worth someone else's time, right? Or as if what they have to say or do is not impactful enough. So in this time, which is a very, very good time, right? It's just all about perspective, and the way you look at things in life is always perspective, because you're going to have somebody that says this time sucks, right? For their business, maybe they have to close their business down. Maybe they have, employees and they can't pay them right now. Like, there's a lot of things that may suck right now due to their perspective, but their other perspective could say this has been time that maybe my soul has been yearning for. Maybe not my mouth, I haven't been vocalizing it, but maybe my soul has been yearning for this. Oh, God always knows more than I do, right? So maybe he knows I needed some downtime, whether that was for my health, right? My stress levels, to relax, maybe spend some time with my loved ones, think about my future, make some tough decisions. Maybe I couldn't do all those things when I was living in a busy world. So now that it's not so busy, I have this opportunity to reflect and look at things from all different perspectives and figure out what it is that I want to do when the world picks back up. What it is that I want to do when I get busy again and I run right back into the thing that consumes me all day, that gives me no time to sit, think, and plan and play, right? What do I want to do? So the first F I gotta say is focus. You need focus right now. And I say you need focus, and it's not like, oh, you need to focus. Not what I mean by you need focus is right now is your time to start thinking. Seriously thinking right now in this time. Like, the world is on freeze right now. What's of my life to come? You know what I mean? Am I gonna be in the same spot next year? Because 1, I'm still afraid. 2, I still haven't made a decision. And I'll tell you, the toughest thing that people struggle with is making decisions. It's one of the toughest things. People don't decide. They don't make a decision. They don't say, I'm in it or I'm not in it. It's just on this fence type of life. And when they live on this fence type life and they don't decide, that's why next year they're in the same position. And the year after that, they're in the same position because they never make a decision. So this is your time to focus and say, you know what? What is it that I could do right now? What is it I could do right now? Oh, I have a community? Then I think you should be nurturing them right now. I think your focus should be nurturing your community, showing up as a leader, right? Not being in the background. Your focus right now should be in growth. Where can you grow right now, right? Have you been invited to be a part of something, right? Can you retake a course? Can you read a book? Where's your focus at for your growth? So right now you got to focus on that. Right now is not the time to be confused. You've got plenty of time to think. It's just that you're not taking that time to sit down and focus. Just like when I do on Sunday nights I reflect, right? And then every morning when I get up and I do my prayer and, I'm into the word and I'm planning out my day and I have my coffee and my tea. I'm like, how can I serve today? How can I show up? That's my focus time. I'm focused. Like, how can I show up? What can I say? How can I serve? Who can I impact? Oh, hold on. I have a group. I have a boss club. I have an email list. Let me get in there. Let me focus in these key areas and let me impact these women. Let me give a word. Instead of sitting back like I have no business, you have a business. And what I mean is you have business to do. You have work to do. And it's time that you stop hiding. And something just came to me right now. Whatever mistake that you made, whether that was in business, love, life, whatever mistake that was that you made with your money in a business, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. You are not that mistake. You are not that time that things didn't work out because you didn't have a broader perspective, or you went left when you should have went right. You are not that anymore. So whatever mistake that is that's holding you back and has you bound, and you may not really know it right now because you're not focusing and digging deep, you got to let that go. You got to let that go, because right now is your time to focus. Right now, the world's on standstill. Right now, tons of people are home. So this is the time where you can catch the people that you want, right? You can get on there and turn that live and be a message. You can message some friends up and have a virtual coffee chat and inspire and show up. Right now, you can focus on what your investments are going to be for the rest of your year. Right now, you can focus on many, many things. Right now, you can focus on your spiritual practice. Right now, you can focus on your health. Focus. There's so many things to focus on. And, I've heard people in the past say, I don't have time for my health. I'm tired. Time when I get home from work or my job or my man and it's draining and the kids. What about now? You don't have an hour, and yet I got to tell you something. If you don't have an hour of the day for yourself, then you got to start reevaluating your life. You got to start asking yourself, how can I not have an hour for myself? So that first F is focus. The second F is forward momentum. You've got to have forward momentum. You've got to be moving forward right now. Now is not the time to be at a standstill. Now is not the time to be hiding, to be shrinking, to sit in confusion. Now is a time for forward momentum. And the reason why you may be where you are is because you created momentum in that area, right? Like you stopped doing something and then you really stopped doing something, and then every day you did nothing, and that just became your momentum. But right now you need forward momentum. You need to do something and then build on that and continue to build on it and build on it. If you notice anything that has gotten better in your life, whether it's your fitness or health, your fitness and health, your finance, your relationship, your entrepreneur journey, anything that has gotten better is because there was that forward momentum, because you build on it. If you never read the book, The Compound Effect, I encourage you to read it. And it talks about that compound effect and building and doing a little bit each day, a little more. And you'll realize that forward momentum, when you look back, you're going to realize all the things that you've done and how much you've grown and you've stepped up. So if you are not stepping up right now, you've got to ask yourself, why is that? Why is that? Do you think other people they're already bombarded with the positive messages and they're tired of hearing all this crap? Maybe that's the way you're feeling. So because you're feeling like that, you feel like other people feel like that. And when I wake up, I don't feel like that. I feel like somebody is yearning for encouragement today. Somebody is yearning for a word. Somebody's yearning for somebody to have the guts to press their live button and to speak to me. That's what I think when I wake up. So because I'm thinking that way and my thoughts are in that kind of momentum, I'm able to get up and show up and not think, nobody wants to hear me. Nobody wants to hear what I got to say, because those are not my thoughts. If those are your thoughts, you create that momentum for yourself, and then you start thinking that way, these things that you're making up, and then you don't show up and you don't give. And it's going to be a big reason why you stay in the same place year after year after year, and you wonder why others are successful. It's because they're taking the time to focus on what it is that they need to change. And then they're taking the time to move forward momentum, to make progress. There's so many virtual groups going on right now. Have you joined any? Have you gotten on a Zoom? Have you gotten on a live? Something that's going to contribute to your growth. Have you done that? Or you felt like there was no point in that. There's no sense in that. You know, there were times when I felt like that, but then when I got on, I've always learned something new. I was always happy when I got off. Even if it was one thing that I took away from on Zoom, I don't care. It was one thing that benefited me. It was one thing that I learned. And it was one thing that inspired me to continue to do the work that I do. There's always something that's going to resonate with you. But if you don't show up for it, you're never going to have that resonance. So number 1 was focus. Number 2 is forward momentum. And 3 is faith. Nothing happens without faith. Nothing at all. So I don't care how hard you're striving in your life and you're probably thinking, I don't know why this is not working. I don't know why this is not working. Every time I try, you don't have any faith. When you have faith and unshakable faith, like I believe that this is going to happen for me, it will happen. Things will fall into place. See, but the thing is that you want it to be your timing. And when it's not your timing, it discourages you and it lessens your faith. If you could just understand that it's not your timing, your faith can continue to strengthen and increase. As long as you know that it's going to happen, as long as you have that unshakable faith that it's going to happen, then you should be focusing, moving forward with that forward momentum, and then that faith will strengthen and increase, right? But you've got to do those first 2. And then 3 always has to be a part of everything that you do, or it's not going to happen. So I need you to think about that. And if you have a business, there isn't just seasons when you're shouting your product or your service or your business, and then other seasons where you're just no longer attached to it. And at least, you know, many of us have been attached to products in the past and then no longer work with them. That's fine. But never lose your message. Never lose your presence because you're no longer interested in a product or working with it or don't have that message. You always have a message. And, you know, this is not the time, especially as a business owner, to not show up. Because you feel like nobody wants to hear you, because you think nobody has money right now. That is bull crap. Because I'll tell you right now, sitting at my kitchen table, my PayPal was going off. People purchasing things off my site. That is a lie. That is right now during this time. So I don't want you to think that everybody out here is struggling with money. I think you're only focusing on the people you know. And there are about 8 billion people on this planet. So if you're a business owner and you have a message, then you need to show up and you need to inspire people. You need to share your story, because there are people who want to hear it right now. There are people who are home that can actually be on a live. They can't actually scroll through Facebook all day like they couldn't before this whole coronavirus. There are people that have the time right now and that are waiting for somebody to start sharing a message. You have your own people. I have my people. So you have to have faith and believe that there are people waiting for you. But see, it is a self-worth issue where you feel like, who's waiting for me? I don't have enough to offer and share. What can I possibly do, say, and change someone else's life when I'm still going through things? These are all self-internal issues that you deal with, which cause you to think thoughts for other people. And it's why you attract the people who don't have money. You attract the people who complain. You attract the environment where you feel like everybody's struggling, and that is not so. I know so many people who are thriving right now and making money right now because they are women right now looking to lose weight. They are women right now looking to be healthy. They are women right now looking to start their business. They are women right now looking for groups like this to be empowered by somebody who's going to get up early morning, press their live and share messages. There are people out there looking for this. But your thoughts, what you think, gives you your environment. You think in secret, right? And your environment is your looking glass. I love that. Alan James said that from As a Man Thinketh. As you think, things are. So you've got to get out that mindset as a business owner, as a person, and stop thinking those thoughts. And put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. You don't wait till this coronavirus is over and then be like, hey, it's me again. I still have that same product. I still have that same message, because people are going to be like, where were you in a time when we were all home and we needed that energy? Some of us were down and stressed out with the kids. Where were you then? Were you shrinking and were you hiding because you were going through something, or you thought everybody else was going through something? They didn't need encouragement. People need encouragement every day. People need tips every day. People need help every day. People need a new way of doing something every day. People need to Zoom and get together every day. Right? People need to grow. And then especially, I'm going to leave you with this. As a business owner, you got to ask yourself on the first F, when you're focusing on your service, what can you give? How can you serve? And I'll tell you what I did right now for the women who purchased Find Your Boss, right? Which is my 4-week mindset course. I've invited them to take them live through the 4-week course, right? I haven't done that. But because of when I sit down and I focus on what is it that I can do to serve, is gather a couple of women, the ones you think are going to be a good fit to do this live, and get them on the Zoom and increase the energy. And let's go through the program together. Let's grow together. Let's see what we each have going on, even thoughts. You know, the whole point is to encourage people to not feel intimidated because they don't have a product on hand, or their business is not succeeding, they're not making money. That's not my deal. My deal is to encourage, to help you become aware, right? To spark your thinking, to help you think and to focus and think, how can I serve? Where can I shine and rise at right now in this time with what I have and where I'm at? Because I'm all about with what you have and where you are, always. Because I remember what that was like when I'm like, this is all I've got. But you've got to use all you've got. You got to show up with all you've got. Because that all you've got is something to somebody else. Somebody is waiting for it. So if you jumped on late, please replay and tell me if these 3 F's have encouraged you, empowered you, have given you a reminder to show up as the woman and business owner that you are, and stop shrinking and stop hiding, because that's something that you're mentally and internally dealing with. No one else. Those thoughts provide your environment that you're looking at. Remember, it's your looking glass. Those thoughts in your secret space. So you got to stop thinking those thoughts so that way you can see that this is a perfect time to thrive right now. How are women still purchasing my programs in a time right now? Why? Because I believe that they can. Because I believe that not everybody that's sitting home is broke. Because I believe that not everybody that's sitting home just wants to sit and watch Netflix. I believe in my heart that there are women at home right now that want to grow. I believe that. And I believe that there are women right now at home that are looking for something. Like, I wish I had a 4-week course. And this is how I visualize it. And this is why it happens. I wish I had a course where there was video, PDF, and live support where I could just sit home and grow and dig into myself and take notes and have material to read. I wish that. And because I think that, that is what's so and that is what's happening. And that's the reason why my business and myself can thrive right now, because those are my thoughts. So you got to check your thoughts. Remember, number 1, get into that whole focus zone that I told you about. In every area, really, really, really get down. Get into it. Ask yourself those tough questions. And then 2, get into that forward momentum after you get that focus wheel straight. Figure out where you got to focus at, where you got to show up at, where you got to empower at. And then get that forward momentum going. It's the only way. When people are successful, it's because they got that forward momentum going, because they've done that compound effect. They've done something after something after something after something after something after something. And they haven't quit, especially in a time like this. They haven't shrunk and said, people are broke right now. People don't want to be positive, and I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. And when this blows over and everybody's in a mood, it's not about everybody being in a mood. It's about you growing. It's about you showing up, you being the bigger person. You taking advantage right now, right? How many millionaires were born in the Great Depression? And this is nothing. So you got to think about this. Right now, this is your time. And lastly, the faith. Without the faith, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So if there's a result not happening in your life and you feel like you've been trying, go back and reevaluate that focus wheel I told you about. Think about the forward momentum. Have you put any momentum? Have you moved forward? Have you taken steps? And also, have you had faith? Have you truly believed in your heart that this thing that you want is going to come to pass? Because if you don't, then that's one of the main reasons it's not come to pass. But because without faith, no man is successful. no man can accomplish anything. You need faith. I hope this live has blessed you. If you know someone that this live can bless, please add them into FabCity. You have the power and authority to do that, to add people in this group. You can share this message through Messenger or on your wall. God bless you. I love you. And remember, this is the time now to use those 3 F's and really, really go in and show up. The only thing that's going to stop you is fear. Don't let it. Don't let it. I love you, FabCity. Have an amazing, amazing Monday morning. And remember, you're the boss. Show up. People are waiting for you. Be the leader. Be the encouragement that other people need. Don't fear. Don't look at yourself small. Don't have that image that you're not enough, because you are more than enough. And what you have to say is very important. Each of us have a different message, and there are people waiting to receive your message. So stop looking at just the people around you and thinking that that's the whole entire planet, because it is not. There are people far beyond waiting for someone like you. And trust me, God will make sure that they find you and that they hear your message. But you got to stand up and you got to believe that. I love you. Have an amazing, amazing Monday morning.